All right, so let's stop it right there because everybody keeps asking, where do I buy Kaddex? When can I buy Kaddex? How do I buy Kaddex? So let's address that really quick and then we'll keep going. Just come over to Google, search Kaddex, or just go to literally kaddex.com. So over here, you're gonna see launch app, read docs, like you can do all the research over out here on their website. You can really dive in. They're gonna talk about how there's zero gas fees, like all the information that I'm kind of teaching you or any questions you guys have should be answered over here. And then I'm gonna have the Kaddex team back on the channel. So if you guys got any questions, drop them in the comment of this video. Please go out of your way just to drop comments anyways, because I love you guys, but it would really help and I'd appreciate it. We're gonna hit launch app. When the app launches, you're gonna be able to see right here, like what tokens. So you're gonna literally choose KDA over here. We're gonna see enter the amount of KDA you want. Now, depending on when you're watching this video, there might be 100 different tokens over here because the bridges might be up and running, wrapped assets might be over here. But for the most part, we're just gonna start with KDA. And that's why you guys saw me stacking KDA yesterday, because by the time that this happens, I wanna have KDA ready. So I bought all that KDA yesterday because I plan on hopefully KDA going up in value, and then you'll see KDX right here. So if we wanted to do KDA, like just for Flux, for example, so you're gonna put in the amount of KDA you wanna swap here. It's gonna automatically show you exactly how much the equivalent value will be in Kaddex. You're gonna hit connect wallet. So when you hit connect wallet, you're gonna need to either use Zelcore or Chainweaver wallet. Now Chainweaver does have the web extension. So you can see right here, Zelcore, Chainweaver, and also looks like Taurus is gonna be on here as well. Now I know that Kaddex said that they're working on their own mobile wallet, which is gonna be sweet. So we'll probably see that in a little bit. And if they're working on their own wallet, Kaddex's, then I'll probably almost guarantee I'm gonna use Kaddex because they're kind of referencing maybe like a mix between like a Phantom, but I bet it's gonna be off the hook. And you guys are gonna see how much money their foundation actually has to make this project flawless. So you see swaps, pools, wraps, stats all up here at the top of their website. That's how it's gonna happen. Now, Kaddex is not for sale yet. They're going to be doing a special pre-sale for the squad. I don't know if they're gonna come on the channel. I hope they do, fingers crossed, so that way you guys will know when it's actually gonna happen, because I'll be advertising the video. I'm gonna live stream it. If they wanna come on the show and actually do like a live stream full on, and then I don't know, at whatever time it is, maybe they'll let me like buy the first order or whatever live with you guys, and after that instantly it's open or something like that. I don't know how they're gonna wanna do it or what their plans are, but you know, they're definitely always welcome. And I think we could like make like a big party out of it and get the whole squad in here, maybe have them on for like 30 minutes or an hour and do like an actual live stream Q&A where all you guys can ask them a ton of questions. At that hour mark, you guys will watch me buy the first order, and then boom, gates open up and it's just party time, guys. So I think it's gonna sell out in 10 minutes. That's my personal opinion. Might sell out in 2. I was like, you guys were like fully on beta testing how many users this site can handle, right? Because it's gonna be bonkers, man. All right, what up YouTube? You guys ready to dive deep today? Let's get it. Kaddex price prediction. So I want to talk about what Kaddex is. I want to talk about where you can buy Kaddex, and I want to talk about how I said some things in the video yesterday that when I was listening to it, it just didn't come off right. So I apologize to the Kaddex team if I said something and it didn't come off right. So I was in the live premiere with you guys last night. Obviously, you guys, I don't even watch my own videos. Like, I'm so busy. Like, you've seen that in the beginning of the video, I missed those chop outs. So I didn't like, when I let the video play through and I was watching with you guys and I heard what I was saying, and I was like, man, that came off so bad. So apologize to you guys. I want to dive in deep and I want to touch on those subjects, and I want to make some price predictions and show you guys why when I say that Kaddex is going to be that one cryptocurrency that absolutely changes your life if you are able to get in on the ground floor. So I want to talk about price predictions because we have no idea what the price is launching at. Dude, shut up, bro. Dude, man, sometimes you guys gotta tell me to shut up and get to it. But before I do, I gotta tell you guys a little secret. I'm not a financial advisor. I do not advise that you buy, sell, trade, or hodl any cryptocurrency. I'm not a financial advisor. I'd never give investing advice. I do not advise that you buy, sell, trade, or hodl any cryptocurrency. Always consult with your own financial advisor before making any investing decision. Thank you. All right, guys, so let's talk about price and supply. So the first thing I wanna show you guys is how market cap is actually calculated. It's supply times price equals market cap. So for example, if Kaddex launched and released 10 million coins into circulation, they sold them all for $5, they all sell out, the market cap would automatically be $50 million. So that's extremely, extremely high for a market cap to start on a DEX. So if we jump over here to Kaddex, we know that 5% of tokens are reserved for the team, which is absolutely bonkers. Like, that is such a low percentage for a team to hold, and they lock them for 2 years. So we don't have to worry about that 5% coming into circulation. Total, we see that they have 100 million coins in circulation. That's insane. A fixed supply of 100 million tokens. So if they have an actual max supply, which very few dexes have, a max supply of 100 million is mind blowing. Now we know the community sale is going to be 30%, 25% to community rewards, and 40% to network rewards. So right off the bat, we know that we're probably going to have 30% of coins in circulation. They're going to do a pre-sale for the squad, and they're going to release 1 million tokens early. So get ready, guys, because this is going to be absolutely insane. So I wanted to take this a step further, and I wanted to show you guys. So if they launch at $1, the market cap would be 30 million. If they launched at $2, the market cap would be 60 million. If they launched at $3, the market cap would be 90 million. If they launched at $4, 120 million. If they launch at $5, you're talking about a $150 million market cap. So when I say that Kaddex is the holy grail money-making opportunity of a lifetime, this is what it's all going to revolve around. If they ICO and they ICO over $1, we'll have to look into it. So I want to dive deeper into that. So if Kaddex launches at $1 and they sell, all 30 million tokens sell out, the market cap would be 30 million, give or take roughly, plus pre-sale and everything else that goes into it. So this would be kind of still on an underestimate. If they ICO'd at $1, 30 million, $2, 60 million, $10, 300 million, $20, 600 million. And for this coin to 100x, the market cap would need to go to $3 billion. Now that's achievable. So at the dollar price point, if it ICOs under $1, I'm very, very confident that we should see roughly a 100x gain potential in the first year, just depending on how the DEX blows up and how the market goes. Now if they ICO at $2, that would mean 30 million tokens times $2 equals $60 million market cap. So if the market cap at launch is 60 million, just for the coin to 2x, the market cap would need to be 120 million. For it to 10x and be $20, the market cap would need to be $600 million. So for a new DEX, even though I think that this DEX is going to blow every DEX out of the water, I don't know if it's going to have those explosive, insane gains. And it's kind of like a catch-22 because I think if a coin starts out with a smaller price point and everybody sees that coin blow up, it's like the best free marketing in the world. So maybe the Kaddex team doesn't make as much money, and I don't think they need to, because we're going to get into that here in a minute. How I was saying that they weren't going to be able to make enough money to pay for marketing and all these things, I think I was completely wrong on that. So I want to talk about that a little bit too. So now if Kaddex launches at $3, to start, the market cap probably would be like 90 million, which is just astronomical to be, buying into a coin, a DEX that already has a $100 million market cap at day one, on top of another 60% of inflation over the next couple years as all the other coins are released into circulation with extremely high yield farming payouts. I don't know. So I'm going to tell you guys exactly what the market cap would be, and then I'll go back and show you guys and say, okay, if it ICOs under $1, here's how much I'm going to invest. If it ICOs at $2, so we're going to get there. But just to give you guys an idea, to have 100x gains on Kaddex, if they launch at $3, there needs to be a $9 billion market cap for you to 100x. Now, every other DEX has always, that launch normally always has 100x potential. And I'll go back and show you about Sushi and Pancake and all the other ones and what they ICO'd at. So hopefully Kaddex has done everything right. I can't see them charging us $4 or $5 for this coin to ICO. I just can't, but I don't know. And I think that there's some legalities about fair market value, and there's some algorithm that figures out what the ICO price is. So don't quote me on that though. So if Kaddex launches at $4, 240 million to 2x, 10x, 1.2 billion, 20x, 2.4 billion, 100x, 12 billion. Now if Kaddex launches at $5, just at the ICO, the market cap would be 150 million. 10x, 1.5 billion, 20x, 3 billion, 100x, 15 billion. So when we talk about DeFi, right? We talk about these different DeFi ecosystems. This was all, I made this slide like a month ago, so this is even older data, right? But in theory, Ethereum went from $130 to $1,400 in 600 days as soon as their DeFi popped. Binance went from 23 to 688 in 510 days. Solana, 20 to 210 in 204 days. Terra, 5 to 44 in 120. Avalanche, 10 to 75 in 100. Polygon, 2 cents to $2.68. Polygon is a layer 2 scaling solution for Ethereum and went from 2 cents to almost $3 in 470 days, guys. So when I say Kadena is going to explode when DeFi pops off, this is why. Polkadot got up to $40 or $50 now without smart contracts. Cardano got up to $3. Kadena, man, like this is what a DEX does, guys. This is what a DEX does to an ecosystem. And this is why I'm saying Kaddex is going to the effing moon. So we talk about Uniswap right now at $21, and this is why I sold my Uniswap at $25. Uniswap has a market cap right now of 13 billion. So that's why if we look back over here at the slide, and this is kind of like my red light, green light, right? $1, bullish as F. $2, bullish as F. $3 starts to get my green light. Okay, you know, not gonna risk the house at it. $4, I'm hyped, but you know, I'll throw some cash at it. $5, you know, I'll just throw like my 1,000, you know, just my smaller investment at it, because it's just like the ROI is not really there. And I would rather just, instead of buy it, just use my kadena to stake it and farm it, kind of thing. So if we jump back over to CoinMarketCap and we talk about market caps at launch, and we can see when Uniswap launched in 2020. Okay, so over here on September 17th, they actually launched at 41 cents. So all-time low, September 17th of 2020. Okay, so yeah, that was their ICO price. So Uniswap ICO price was 41 cents. They have a max supply of 1 billion tokens. So Uniswap has 10 times more tokens than Kaddex. So on July 26th, Uniswap delist 100 tokens from interface, including options and indexes. So synthetic tokens and tokens have made it into Uniswap Labs blacklist as a regulatory concern. The world's leading decentralized exchange, Uniswap, has announced the delisting of a number of tokens. Uniswap Labs made the announcement on Friday, emphasizing that the tokens had been removed from the app's interface, only that the protocol remains immutable. So this is what I was trying to say in the video yesterday that came off wrong. I didn't get the chance to ask the Kaddex team if the DAO was going to own the user interface, because they said that they are 100% decentralized. So I assume that means that in order to delist a coin or to change the interface or do any type of upgrade like that, you need to have a majority vote. And if you don't, I'm sorry, Kaddex, I love you guys, but you guys aren't decentralized. That's just, it's cut and dry. And I'm not saying that it's a bad thing, because I would invest in Uniswap and I would invest in Kaddex either way. It doesn't matter to me, but you can't call yourself decentralized if everything that needs to be done as far as delisting tokens, anything that could affect the price of a coin or an asset. Because when Uniswap would have posted that on their community and said, hey guys, the SEC is going to regulate us and shut this whole thing down, we're all going to lose everything if we don't delist these tokens. And on top of that, Uniswap, they have the majority vote. So it's like they probably don't even really need to ask the community, because they probably own enough of their own assets to just control the vote anyways. And that's where you kind of go. But what Kaddex is also doing, which is super awesome, that Uniswap is not doing, is you actually get more voting power, not just the amount of tokens you hold, but you get like GWI or GIW or GMI or what, I don't know. You get points, and based off of those points those points are based off of how long you've been staking for. So the longer you've been staking, the more voting power you get. And then if you're super active in the community, people can like upvote you, and then you can get more power with inside the community. So it's not just I can buy up all these tokens and I own the majority vote. You have to buy tokens, you have to participate, you have to stake, you have to be a good actor to actually accrue voting power. But if the DEX itself can delist tokens or make upgrades or modifications or changes to the protocol without taking a majority vote, that is 100% not decentralized. So I hope Kaddex and the team is actually going to do, and like that'll be in the white paper or in the DEX or something that states that the user interface is not owned by the Kaddex Foundation. It's not owned by Kadena. It is 100% owned and governed by the DAO. And as soon as the DAO launches, based off of your staking and your holdings, you have a certain voting percentage. Because nothing would be worse than being like, oh, cool, yep, like, oh, synthetic assets are blowing up. Like, I'm under the impression that Uniswap is 100% decentralized. So I'm assuming that, hey, if I invest in this synthetic asset that I swapped on your exchange, that's great. But if you're just gonna go ahead and delist it one day with no warning, and I can't trade it, like it would be one thing if they said, hey guys, we're looking to, you know, remove synthetic assets. Next week, we're gonna vote on it. Well, great, now I got a week to sell off that asset. But if the only place, like there's so many coins that are only sold on Uniswap that I can only find them on Uniswap. So if Uniswap removes them from their DEX and I can't access them or sell them anywhere, I used your interface, I used Uniswap because you guys told me that you were decentralized. So I'm under the impression that I'm always going to have the opportunity to sell off an asset unless it goes to absolute zero or there's no liquidity. And that's just not the case. Uniswap is not decentralized. Uniswap is not DeFi. Uniswap Labs, or whatever they call themselves, Uniswap LLC, which is based out of like Wyoming or somewhere that's on United States soil, they own the website. It's really such a joke. I can't believe that the Uniswap community, right? Because right now, Uniswap Labs owns this interface. They own this website, right? Where I'm going with this is the DEX, when you launch this app right now, this interface is not owned by the community. This app is not decentralized. This is Uniswap's, this like web interface is owned by Uniswap, right? But here's the kicker. You as a community can vote. So Uniswap Labs or wherever only owns this interface because the community allows it to happen. So if I was a Uniswap holder and I was a big player in the Uniswap community, I would be saying, let's take a vote. Let's vote. I want to vote that we take back this interface from the Uniswap labs, or we're all just going to stop using Uniswap. And I can't imagine why you'd want to use Uniswap anyways, because look at this, guys. We're over here on ETH gas tracker right now. To use Uniswap, $94, 90 effing $4, guys. For me to swap 1 USDT for the equivalent $1 value in Ethereum, 90 freaking $4. And if we jump back over here on the chart, this is why I say that you guys should not use Uniswap. If you guys are operating on Ethereum, here's what you're doing. For me to interact on Ethereum, the rich getting richer, it is the ERC20 transfer. For me to transfer 1 Ethereum asset, it's $30, guys. So I assume if I wanted to mint an NFT on Ethereum, it'd be about 30 bucks. If I wanted to vote on Ethereum, if I want to vote on a proposal, $30, right? Now, Uniswap charges you an additional 60 effing dollars, guys. What a joke. And this isn't me. This is 100% me bashing Uniswap. There is no reason. You guys see what Kaddex is doing? Kaddex is doing this for free, guys. And this is why I say that Kaddex shouldn't do it for free. I love it. It's the coolest effing thing and it blows my mind. For right now, if I have to interact on Ethereum, I'm paying 90 freaking $4. If I want to swap a coin on Uniswap, $94. Why did I sell all my Uniswap and put it into Kadena? Because I don't want to support this. This is trash. This is like the epitome of what crypto should not be. This is the rich getting richer. And I sound like a negative little whiny little, you know? Shut up, bro. Quit whining. Nobody cares, dude. Nobody cares, bro. Just trying to help educate you guys, man. Take it easy, man. Don't give me such a hard time. I'm just trying to help you out. Well, but this is where I'm going. Like, I could complain about this all day and be a negative little whiny little, but people are just going to wake up and realize, like, you want to interact on Uniswap. You want to hold on to Uniswap tokens. You want to support a community. You want to support a project that is charging you guys an additional $70 or $64 to swap 1 transaction. And Kaddex is doing it for 0. Every DEX has a 0.3% swap fee, right? And that is given to the people that are providing liquidity. Uniswap on top of that charges you like 80 something freaking dollars. Gosh dang, that just irks me, man. I just cannot stand when I feel like the rich are just sticking it to the little guy, man. Like when I started mining Ethereum when it was $2.64, gas fees were like fractions of a penny. And that was the thing, guys, like over in the Philippines that make like $1 an hour, I could send them $100 in Ethereum and it would cost me a fraction of a penny. And that's what Ethereum was. It was supposed to be this way to transact and send money on a global scale for fractions of a penny for cheaper than Western Union. 4 weeks ago, one person paid $70,000 for 1 Ethereum gas fee. Put it this way, the amount, and I'm not 100% sure on this, but the amount of money that people have wasted in Ethereum gas fees could probably put 10% of the world's homeless population into homes. They could feed, like Mr. Beast, what Mr. Beast is doing and how much money he's donating to charities, what they could have done with that money to help the world instead of sticking it to the little man. And every project that builds on top of Ethereum, this is why, I mean, I'm doing it because the community voted that I do this, but boycotting any Ethereum NFT project. If you are building a project on top of Ethereum, you are contributing to the problem. If you are building your protocol or your project on Ethereum, you are building on something that's going to force the people that interact with your protocol, especially to buy your coin at launch. You're expecting your community members to lose $100 out of their pocket to mint your NFT, to buy your token. Like, that's really how you want to launch your project. Sticking it to the community that supports you because you want to build up on top of Ethereum for what? Like, what upside value does anybody have for building on top of Ethereum? None. You just make it worse for everybody. Binance Smart Chain is at max capacity. So now Binance turns into the next Ethereum. And when Ethereum 2.0 launches and everybody's all giddy, there's already $500 billion worth of projects built on Ethereum. Between games, NFTs, and everything that's going to happen when that happens, I say 6 months from Ethereum 2.0 launch until it's at capacity. We see Solana broke twice. Now Solana's a little bit different. They can claim all these things about these super high transactions, but anytime the network gets super busy, it breaks. So maybe they get smarter and they make some upgrades because I think Solana's got some of the best and smartest minds in the business. But I think it's a lot of smoke and mirrors. And when it comes time to get tested, there's still one chain. They'll never compete with Kadena. Now they might be great at launching projects and marketing and making everybody think that they're the greatest holy grail. And they're really good at paying market makers. So you got to think that Sam Bankman-Fried owns, Melinda or whatever that is. It's their automated market making foundation. Like, they have an entire separate business that has enough crypto assets that they can push the market in any direction they want. They use it, say, like, quote unquote, we're market makers because we're adding liquidity. Sam Bankman-Fried is so smart that he guarantee that he has a program that he's built with billions of dollars that's an automated trading robot that is designed to buy, sell, drive up volume, and pump the price of Solana to the effing moon. Now, so it might be, you know, and Sam's always welcome. If that's not the case, and I'm misunderstanding about how a market maker works, if they would like to come on the show and show us their automated market making system and where it actually buys and sells at, like, wouldn't that be cool if like the Solana team came on the show and was like, hey guys, here's our market making fund, here's FTX's market making fund. This is why I don't trade on FTX either, because they have their own market making fund that they can push price in any direction they want. And that's why I only trade on Bybit, because I know that Bybit doesn't. Talking a lot of trash today. Talking a lot of heat, man. But I'm just trying to keep it real, because this is what nobody else is saying. And I say nobody else is saying like I watch other people's content, but shit. Just digging myself in a hole here, guys. These are all the things that I didn't know when I was investing in projects in the beginning, and had somebody been open and honest about it, I would have really questioned where I put my money. Now, it's lucky that we're in crypto, and as long as the project's somewhat good, it blows up and then it hits a point like Uniswap where it's just gonna keep going down now. Like Uniswap, there is no value to using Uniswap. You can bridge to any other ecosystem. And this is why I say, why I think Uniswap's still doing okay is because they're throwing so much money at resources, at marketing. And that's why I think it's so important that after being over here seeing these fees and what Uniswap's charging and what all these other places are charging, if Kaddex just took 5 cents, 5 pennies every time we did a swap, the amount of activity that's going to take place on that DEX, and that would add up so fast, and then they could throw that all at marketing. Because we know that in business, whoever can afford to pay the most to buy the customer wins at business every time. And when I say that, what I mean is that if we both have similar companies, maybe selling the same product, maybe I build my DEX on Kadena after KDX, and I charge that extra 5 cents. And we're doing the exact same thing, because once their blockchain goes public, it's still human readable code and it's still open source. So I can literally just go and copy that. Now, the first one that builds on Kadena, that's where we have this first mover advantage, and why I'm saying that these products are going to be so big. Because when you have that first mover advantage, until everything's up and running and flawlessly, I don't know if many people are going to copy and paste your code. Now they might, so we could see another DEX come right after KDX right off the bat. And if that DEX can outmarket you because they're charging that 5 cents and they're paying every big YouTuber to be a sponsored video like I see Uniswap doing, that's where I hope that KDX goes. Because if we are selling the same product, but I'm able to put my product into a customer before they see your product, I'm going to outsell you because I'm getting in front of that customer first. And that's the name of the game in business. It's like whoever can afford to spend the most at marketing wins at business every time. That's why you see Amazon, Google, PayPal, all of these companies throwing hundreds of billions of dollars at marketing, and it's so important. And that's why I got a text from the KDX team yesterday. They're like, hey man, we got a really good marketing team. And I'm like, shoot, dang, like I knew that was gonna come off wrong and I didn't mean for it. I was just so busy. And why I'm also really passionate about their taking a percentage of fees. I don't know how much they can make with their treasury and staking and rewards. So if they're just gonna blow it out of the water, maybe they don't need to, but here's why, because check out what Crow's doing. And this is the difference between a decentralized and a centralized exchange. Crypto.com coin rallies after the company buys the naming rights to the Staples Center. So Crypto.com renamed, like they bought the Staples Center. So you can see right here, Crypto.com Arena. They bought the Staples Center to call it Crypto.com Arena. So really smart, because they can't advertise on YouTube. They can't advertise on YouTube. They can't advertise on Google. All of these search engines. So like the old ways that companies used to market is really changing. And I think that that's really going to be the ploy. The first cryptocurrency that figures out how to run ads on a decentralized platform like the decentralized version of YouTube is going to be effing huge, because all of these crypto companies want to advertise, they want to run ads, but they can't because of whatever stupid regulations, because all the scam coins that came before them just destroyed it for everybody. But like, this is a direct competitor to KDX, right? Because Crypto.com has an exchange, they have a DeFi wallet, they have a lot. This is a competitor. And you see them throwing $700 million to buy the Staples Center. So that's how much money Crypto.com's making off all the fees and everything that they charge you guys. They just signed a, $350 million deal with the UFC. Now they just bought the Staples Center. That's the lengths that they have to go to drive the price of their coin up. So when people are like, oh, do you see what you sold your Crypto.com for Kadena? Yeah, I did at $4, guys, and Kadena was like 20 something dollars. That's almost a 7x. Crypto.com, I sold out at like 22 cents. So I missed a 1x. 1.5x, maybe 2x at tops. And then what did they, like they had to spend $700 million to get their coin to 2x. Actually $1 billion. Crypto.com had to spend $1 billion to get their coin to 2x. Well, they're gonna spend another billion, because they just don't have that massive value add. Like their NFT marketplace is cool, but nobody really, I don't hear anybody talking about using it. They have crypto credit cards, which they don't give you guys, like the rewards are cool, but you still gotta lock up all that crow. So then you're locking up, we just leave it at that. I actually thought I deleted a couple of those parts out of that video and I didn't even see it. I don't know why. There was supposed to be like overlays in there that weren't in the video. The beginning of the video where you're seeing all those black screens chop out, that was supposed to be in there. So I don't know like what happened in my software, if like maybe I hit Control Delete, like Command Z too many times and it actually put something back in the video that I thought I cut out, but I swear I thought I cut out a few of those pieces out of there because I wanted to do like a deep dive and really explain to you guys like what I meant when I said those things. Now let's talk about Pancake Swap. Now what was nice about Pancake Swap is the total supply was less than the circulating supply last time I made a video. Oh my gosh. So I make these videos on, and this is exactly why I make these price prediction videos on almost every coin I talk about. Because for me to go figure out how many coins were in circulation on February 21st of 2021, there was 121 million coins of cake in circulation on February 21st of 2021. Holy cow, I thought cake was deflationary. I thought their burn, you guys realize they've released 100% of coins in circulation. Like cake right now would almost be $30, but they've released over, put it this way, cake has released more coins in circulation than Kaddex will throughout the entire existence of Kaddex. That's mind effing blowing, guys. Wow, 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 wow. So let's see what Pancake started out at. What was their ICO price? 19 cents. So we see Uniswap ICO'd at 41 cents. Pancake Swap ICO'd at 19 cents. Sushi Swap ICO'd at what? Sushi Swap ICO'd at 47 cents, or IDO'd or whatever, 47 cents. Wow, is Bake performing horribly? Why? Look at how many coins they have in circulation now. That's why these DEXs are doing so bad, because their fees are outrageous. Wow, Bake ICO'd at 0.007. Serum at 11 cents, guys. Okay. All right, I think going through and grabbing the biggest DEXs that I know in the industry and taking a look at their ICO prices, I cannot imagine Kaddex's ICO over $1. I really can't. I thought these were actually gonna be all a lot higher. Like you guys see me, it takes a lot of time to make all these slides, guys. So like I made all the way up to $5, thinking that worst case, I mean, they ICO at $5. I'm sorry, Kaddex, that's so much money. Now, here's the kicker, guys. Here's what I didn't realize before. So on June 10th, Kaddex did a private sale and they raised 3.5 million. I don't know if it's 3.7 or 3.3. I think it's 3.7, but we'll say 3.5. So on June 10th, they raised that in Kadena. So check this out. Now, depending on when they did that, Kadena was between 35 and 50 cents. So let's just say it was just at 50 cents, right? They raised 7 million KDA, guys. And we're pretty confident. Let's just say we know that Kadena is going to be $30 next week. You know, or next month, it's going to be for sure. So Kaddex treasury right now should have, so just off the private sale alone, the Kaddex team should have $210 million. That is absolutely mind-blowing, revolutionary, game-changing, no effing way, guys. Now I see how they're not charging you fees, and this is how every single DAO should operate. I freaking love Kaddex, man. This is going to be revolutionary. So we can see the private sale would have generated them 7 million Kadena. Today, if they had all of them, which I assume they probably have quite a bit, $210 million. And that's if Kadena is at $30. So when Kadena hits $90, 610, when Kadena hits $180, their treasury will have over $1 billion in it. And we're all very confident that's gonna happen. So depending on how much of this KDA they spend over the next year, you figure even if they had 10 engineers and they paid them $1 million per year, which is way overpriced, they still have $200 million worth of Kadena on top of their launch. So there's really no value. I would almost guarantee that they launch under $1. Because their treasury has so much money right now, there is absolutely zero reason for them to try to like charge a ton of money to support the project, because they don't need it. And this is where and I'm like, you know, dumb me, not really thinking this through and not doing any research. I'm like, well, you guys should charge fees, which I still think they should, right? But what they're gonna be able to do when Kadena hits $180 with $1 billion, we know that Charles Hopkins has everybody staking Cardano, right? Like universities, because Cardano pays like 4% yield per year on just staking and hodling Cardano, not on top of how much that it appreciates in value. So why Kaddex is not charging you guys fees is because they're gonna take the money that's in their DAO and treasury, they're gonna stake it, they're gonna earn yields, they're gonna lend it, and if they turn into a lending and borrowing platform, like Mandrake was kind of hitting towards that they might, if they become an all-in-one DEX borrowing lending, like based off of borrowing and lending, they'll have $1 billion liquidity to lend out and borrow. So they're actually gonna take their crypto, they're gonna make their crypto work for them, and then they're gonna give you guys free fees. So when I say that this DEX is going to be revolutionary, it's to say it's the DEX of the future, because it reminds me of what Vitalik said in his latest article that he published, where he was talking about if cities and the government launched a CBDC, like for example, like Miami coin right now, like Miami coin's doing so good, it's actually generating enough revenue that in theory, quote unquote, when you go to work, you could keep your entire paycheck. If every city and state were to launch their own CBDC, their own token, and then use DeFi to stake and earn rewards, and we would get rid of all these banks, all these middlemen that charge you 21% interest for your credit card fee and all of that garbage, that hot garbage that keeps you in the rat race, that keeps you working your 9 to 5, that keeps you living paycheck to paycheck. Our government is garbage. They led us into this position. They let central banks destroy your livelihood. They let our government suck every penny out of your paycheck. They're charging you 30 to 40% in taxes, and then they're going and approving a $1.7 trillion infrastructure bill so that your paycheck is even less and less and less. The government is literally stealing every penny out of your pocket. Where I'm going with this is that if every city were to launch their own coin with a limited supply, and they were to take that and yield and lend and borrow, and then that they were used like public transportation, for example. I don't know if this was in this article, but if they had public transportation and the only way you could pay for that public transportation is by using, Miami coin or whatever. Like you create things that are government businesses that force people to interact with them. And then when sales tax could be paid in them and as well. And then in theory, you could quote unquote like hodl that. Because if that's how you pay your taxes, not your taxes out of your paycheck, but like property taxes, everything like that, if that's how you had to pay them, you could have potentially, buy and hodl those. And then as they go up in value and you have to pay your taxes, you could buy 6,000 of them today and it could be worth 12,000 in a month. So it's really cool to think that cryptocurrency can get to a point where when you go into work and you work a 9 to 5, you get to keep 100% of your paycheck. And that's what Kaddex is going to show how that's possible right here, if I'm not mistaken. They are going to show you guys how all you have to do is back them and support them from the start. And then after that, they're gonna do everything to give back to the community. Like they're not charging you guys fees. You are going to be allowed to use their interface and interact with every single cryptocurrency in the game. It's gonna be built on top of Kadena, which has a serious potential of becoming digital cash. Satoshi Nakamoto, when he started Bitcoin, when he created Bitcoin, he was aiming for digital cash, but it turned into digital gold because the technology just wasn't there and you can't build the infrastructure. Even the Taproot upgrade, there's only so many transactions you can fit into a block. Adding smart contracts on top of Bitcoin to me seems so mind-blowingly stupid. Your mempool is already on a wait time. You already have transactions waiting to get into the next block. The network's already congested. And now you're gonna add smart contracts into that network. Now, if it's all operated on top of a layer 2 on the Lightning Network and no additional extra transactions are being pushed into the Bitcoin network, maybe that it's a good thing. But if that in any way, shape, or forms adds one more transaction per block, it's too much. So Taproot might be cool. They're trying to upgrade Bitcoin to make it more adaptable because you kind of need smart contracts for it to really become a quote unquote, possibly the digital currency, but Kadena dominates that on every single level. And I'm gonna make a video where I show you guys what Michael Saylor says about Bitcoin and why if Kadena gets approved as digital property and it's not deemed a security, which I find it very hard that it's actually going to, because it's proof of work. What Kadena could become and why Kadena could become it is right here with Kaddex. So it's really mind-blowing, guys. So now I'm very, very confident that Kaddex most likely will ICO under $1. I don't see why. It just would not make sense because that's where you're gonna get the hype behind the community. When everybody is talking about how much money people just made on Kaddex, if this ICO is under $1, I'm going pretty heavy. I think I'm already putting in 20 grand, maybe 25, maybe even 30. Like it's hard. It's like I'm over here like bite my nails. Like, do I do 30? Do I do 50? Because I am so confident that this coin's gonna blow up. Now it's a new DEX launch, guys. New code, new everything, new smart contracts, very, very high risk. So this isn't like somebody copied and pasted Uniswap's code and launched SushiSwap or launched Binance Smart Chain. Like this is a whole different animal, complete new DEX. 30 engineers should make sure that everything goes off flawlessly. But I don't, we can't quote me on that. And I think that if I'm not mistaken, Thanos, this used to be originally Kadena Swap, and I'm pretty sure that they did a bug bounty program and Thanos actually found a bug, fixed it, and they're up and good and they're Gucci now. So I think that this already has been bug tested. I think it's gonna go off flawlessly and I'm willing to risk a big portion of money to throw at it. And I think I'm probably gonna go 20 or 30 grand, I'm not gonna lie. Because you figure if this coin just has a market cap of $3 billion, you're talking about $100 per coin. So if I invest 30,000 and I 100x, that's a $3 million play right there off one freaking play. So my price predictions for Kaddex, AKA KDX, my price predictions for KDX for 2022 are roughly $10. If it ICOs at $1 or less, my target price point is $10. If everything starts jumping and pops off, I think by 2023 we can see $20, which is guaranteed 20x. And you guys know I always way underestimate these things. By 2024, I think we will see Kaddex with a market cap of roughly $3 billion. And why do I say that? We jump over here and we go to DeFi Llama. Total right now, there is $255 billion locked, total value locked in all ecosystems. Ethereum, $1.71 billion locked in Ethereum. Binance, $20 billion. Solana, $13 billion. Avalanche, $10 billion. Terra, $9 billion. Tron, $6 billion. Phantom, $4 billion. Polygon, $4.7 billion. Arbitrum, $2.5 billion. I mean, these like waves, like these are okay, like size DeFi protocols, but like almost 100 million over on Algorand. Like it's just bonkers, right? And that's just these protocols, right? Uniswap market cap right now, 13 billion. PancakeSwap, 3.7 billion. SushiSwap, 1.7 billion. Serum, almost a billion. Radium, almost a billion. 1inch, a little over $500 million. MDEX, 5.64 million, right? So all of these DEXs, they're not Kadena, right? They don't have the ability to infinitely scale, not even close. We see Avalanche with a $22 billion market cap, Terra, $117 billion market cap, Uniswap, like again, 13 million, guys. So you're talking about a DEX that had superior value than every other DEX in the game. It's gonna be faster than Solana, faster than Radium. It can scale, it can faster transactions than Solana, infinitely scalable. Gas fees are free, guys, 0 fees. So it's not like, oh, hey guys, our gas fees are this, and then when our blockchain hits capacity, they're gonna go up. It's 0 fees, guys. Because of gas stations and because being a multi-chain cryptocurrency, because their tech is so advanced, they are going to outperform and outscale. So when I say that this coin has massive, massive potential, and I could legit see them having a $3 billion market cap by 2024, that, in my personal opinion, is the understatement of a lifetime. I honestly think that that'll have a $6 billion market cap, but I think that by 2024, twice the amount of coins are going to be released into circulation. So if twice the amount of coins are out into circulation, the market cap will need to double for the price to stay at $100. But I still think we're going to see a $100 price point by 2024. It all just depends on how they ICO, what the actual price of that coin is. And as long as it's under $1, I'm going heavy, heavy, heavy. Now, if it's $2, I'm still going heavy. But I'd still be kind of like surprised if it ICO'd at $2 because of just how cheap every other ICO was. $3, I'd be like, all right, guys, I see. I mean, I guess you guys got to charge that much. You got to charge that much. But $4 to $5, I'd be like, okay, like, I mean, like I wouldn't be like, I would still be hype about it. And I'm still so excited to promote for Kaddex and be a part of the community. But I just feel like when you give your community members the ability to make like life-changing gains, if possible. Now there could be an algorithm that determines this, guys. That would be the other, you know, kind of deterministic factor. So if there is an algorithm, maybe, you know, the market being bearish, kind of like it is right now, is a good thing because maybe that would cause the ICO price to be lower. I don't know. And I know anytime I interview people, like it's really, really bad for them to talk about price and things like that. So I don't know, like when I interview people, I don't want to ask them about price. I don't want to talk about the price of their coin. I don't know if they can even legally talk about it. So we kind of just got to do what I'm doing here, do our best to kind of like navigate these waters and try to figure it out. And hopefully we did. So definitely shout out to the Kaddex team. Definitely shout out to the community, guys. You guys know me, never show you guys garbage coins. I always try to put the best coins on your radar. And it's nothing against Ethereum, nothing against Uniswap. Like they were great. They served an amazing purpose. Like this entire community would not be here without Ethereum. So I have nothing bad against Ethereum, but like, listen guys, I started mining Ethereum in 2016. I have videos on YouTube to back it up. They did us as miners wrong. But I guess we knew that getting into it. So I can't really say they did us wrong because they said that they were going to do that from the beginning. But they're still kicking their miners to the curb. They've promised us ETH 2.0 how many times? Pushback, pushback, pushback. Listen, guys, it's not rocket science. They are writing an algorithm. They've had how much time? 4 years to figure out, 5 years now, to figure out how to scale this thing. The longer it goes on, the worse it gets. The more projects that build on top of Ethereum, the worse it gets. The more NFTs that launch on Ethereum, the worse it gets. And why would any NFT project want to put the burden, and if you're launching a 10,000 NFT project launch, you should not launch an NFT project and charge more than 0.00001 Ethereum. Because yeah, I'll pay $200 to support your NFT project, but I shouldn't have to pay a quarter of an ETH and then $300 in ETH gas fees. It's just, why would you guys launch that on Ethereum? It just, there's no higher value proposition to launching an NFT project anywhere right now besides Solana. And then after Kadena gets launched, and why would you launch anywhere but on Kadena? So that's going to be awesome. The DAO is super awesome. I really hope that I can promote this as 100% decentralized, you know, DEX, because they're saying that they're going to be the most decentralized DAO governed DEX in the industry. But again, like I said, if the DAO doesn't control everything, then they're not decentralized 1%. Like you can't be partially decentralized. You either are or you aren't. So very exciting, guys. Very exciting times here. Life-changing, very, very big life-changing gain, money-making opportunity here. Again, never been paid by a penny by Kaddex, never been paid a penny by Flux, never been giving anything. Well, Flux, they hooked me up with some merch, but you know, we were boys. But I would have paid for it anyways if they didn't already say that they were going to send it to me. But I didn't do any work for some merch, guys. I can afford to buy my own merch. But yeah, guys, I don't need to be paid by these companies, right? I got enough money that why would I need to be paid when I just made, you know, almost $500,000 on Kadena? Like I don't need to get paid a penny from these guys. I'm promoting and I'm making videos on these because I believe in these projects. And there's been so many garbage projects out there that came across my radar that I've even made videos on, that I've hyped up, that I've talked about because I thought, based off the research, that I was told by them that they were decentralized, that they were infinitely scalable, that they could do X amount of transactions per second, that gas fees were never going to go up. We all invested in these projects because that's what they promised us. So it's not me talking garbage. It's me saying, hey guys, this is what you told me I was going to get from your product. These are the services that I invested in, and these are the services that I'm not getting. So it's great. I made a heck of a lot of gains. I took that money. You guys watched me sell like 70% of my assets and put it into Kadena at like 379 or something like that. You guys watched me buy another, is it 14,000? For the accountants out there that are going to, well, bro, it wasn't 14,000. It was $13,771. Sorry about the couple $100, bro. You're right. You know, how many coins is Kadena? Well, they got 1 billion. What's the inflation rate going to be, bro? I feel like those people that are always complaining about like the littlest things, like I was yesterday in that video, I was that guy, right? Put it this way, like those people are the type of people that if you gave them $1 million and you gave it to them in all in ones, they'd complain about that it was all in ones, right? Like, it's all in ones, bro. Sorry, man. I'm sorry I'm giving you $1 million. Give me the effing Lambo. I didn't want a Lambo, bro. I wanted a Ferrari. Jeez. I know you gave it to me and everything. I know you helped me put all these coins on my radar, but could you mind? You should change your thumbnail, bro. You should, bro. Your volume is like 1.2 decibels lower than your guest, man. Smash that like button, smash that subscribe button. Shout out to the KDX team. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to everybody that goes out of their way and hits that like button, hits that subscribe button. Hope that you guys are making these life-changing gains with the squad. Love you guys, and can't wait to see you guys in the next video. Peace.